Okay, cool.
Hi, everyone. So I am here with my inspirational client, Judy, who is extremely passionate and very consistent in putting her health first. I've been working on and off with Judy for roughly the last 15 years, but more so over the last 2 to 3 years. We've worked very, very closely, and we're going to get into a little bit of her story. Judy does suffer from fibromyalgia, and so she's going to tell you a little bit about that and how I can support her through her journey of dealing with some of the things that she has to deal with on a day-to-day basis. So Judy, welcome along.
Thanks, Karen. Hi.
Hi, and it's great to chat with you, and I'm really excited to share your story because hopefully it will help some people out there as well. So first of all, if you can just maybe give a brief about yourself and where you were at prior to reaching out to me and working with me all those years ago.
Sure. Well, I had a long recovery from fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia, actually. They came sort of one after the other. And even though I was sort of doing a little bit of walking, I wasn't doing a lot of exercise. And, that was because I had pain in my body or I was fatigued. And, my concern about pushing myself was that I'd actually get worse. So, I held back thinking that was the best thing to do. And it was only later in retrospect that I realized that stopping completely was actually the worst thing I could do. It just meant that I didn't have, oxygen going around my body and blood flow and, just sort of doing a little bit of something.
So you decided to reach out to me because what was the reason behind that?
Well, once I'd sort of, I can't even remember it so long ago, whether someone recommended you or I read about you, but I sort of liked what you said about exercise, particularly the thing about consistency and, sort of doing it, even if it was, slow in the beginning to build up. I liked the sound of that. And so I thought, well, it would be good for me to have someone that was supporting my journey as someone who was trained and could understand the body better than I could, without wanting to minimize my own understanding, but someone who'd been trained in the way you'd been trained.
And was there anything that you were sort of skeptical or worried about prior to commencing training with me?
Sure. Yeah, I was concerned that I was fearful. I was worried that I might get worse. It was such a challenging journey through the chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia that I was actually, scared that I might get worse. So, that sort of held me back. And I remember you being really supportive in reassuring me that we would go at the pace that my body could manage.
Yep, I do remember that quite clearly, actually, that we would meet for our walks, and there were days where you just really weren't feeling up to it, and we'd either go very slowly, and that's where the whole idea of something's better than nothing sort of comes into it, where we'll do what we could with what we had. So it was very much about listening to your body, and you've been so successful and really intuitive in making sure that you stay consistent and listen to your body so that you don't go backwards as well. We keep pushing forward. Can I ask, Judy, has there been any sort of big breakthroughs over the last 15 years? We've been quite consistent with keeping you working out at home, as well as we do some face-to-face sessions. So we do a hybrid of the face-to-face, and you've done some online coaching with me where I keep you accountable to doing your workouts and give you those videos to follow along with at home. You also do attend Zumba, I should add, on the occasion. You've been quite consistent with attending Zumba. What have you felt over the last few years, I suppose, of working together? Any big breakthroughs, anything that you can share?
So I've really understood from you, the importance of all of strength building, cardio exercise, and flexibility. And so, you know, wanting to find that balance, you know, the programs, the way I've done it with you has addressed all of those things. And I've got to say, the Zumba is so much fun. So I guess my breakthrough has been understanding that if I am consistent, that, you know, as a person getting older, this is the best thing I can do, not just to stay well, but it's like a preventative for the future to really, you know, make sure I can have the best possible health that I can for my future.
Yeah, such an important message. I'm so glad that you shared that. And has there been anything specific? I know that you've, during sessions, have commented on specific results that you've sort of achieved within yourself. I'll let you share if there's anything that comes to mind recently that you've been feeling within your body.
Sure. Well, you know, I can feel my body getting stronger. I can, you know, do things that I couldn't. And probably the strength was the thing that I was weakest at, because, you know, I do walk and I love, you know, the Zumba, and I've got the flexibility, but the strength was the thing that I've had to work most hard at. And I felt it myself, but the feedback that I've been getting from the chiropractor and the massage therapist is that my body is completely different, which is amazing. And they are people that have worked with me for a number of years. And, you know, getting that feedback that my body is really different in a fantastic way has been, you know, great feedback from them.
Yeah, I'm so excited and so proud of you. Just with regards to the fibromyalgia, just and the training that we've been doing, anything specific, any final thoughts on that with regards to the training and your consistency with movement, the fears?
So luckily sorry?
Just also the fears that you mentioned initially, and just how it's all playing out for you now.
Yeah, so what I love in the classes, Karen, and I really appreciate how you have a sense of everybody's needs. And, you know, what you do in the class is like to push other people harder and to always say to me, not you, Judy, because you know that I push myself really hard. So my biggest lesson has been learning to listen to my body and not my mind, not what I want to achieve from my head, but from what my body is actually capable of doing. And I think not only has there been such physical benefits, but psychologically too. Like I feel like a well person. You know, I am a well person, but I feel like it, which is very different to how I felt, you know, when I had the fibromyalgia and the chronic fatigue. So psychologically, it's had a big impact as well.
And that's a tribute, once again, what we mentioned earlier is to the consistency that you've just kept going and never given up and never stopped, really. You've just listened to your body and backed off where you've needed to, but always kept moving forward.
Yes, and you know, the fact that I travel overseas to see grandchildren, it's been amazing having that option of, you know, the online work to I want to be kept accountable. You know, it's so easy when you're away to just let go of it, but I actually really want to be kept accountable. So, you know, having you monitor, you know, what I'm doing has been really good as well.
Great to hear. I'll just finish up, I guess, with the last question based on that, the online app which you've been working on with me there. Who would you suggest that is suitable for, based on your experience? How does it feel, and who would you recommend it to?
Anyone and everyone. I think everyone's, you know, got different ways for benefiting, but certainly if you're not enthusiastic about exercising, it's a great way to stay accountable when you know you've got goals that you want to meet, but you're not good at doing that for yourself. And in my case, I can do it, but it still makes so much difference to know that I'm being supported and you're sort of there, you've got my back, supporting me to reach my goals, which you've contributed to helping me set, but certainly, you know, my own goals.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much, Judy. I'm so honored to be a part of your journey over the last 15 years. So thank you so much. And I just want to, you know, wish you all the best, and may you continue from strength to strength, and just keep prioritizing your health. So well done.
Thank you. And I'm so grateful that I met you and that you've been in my life. And I hope to continue with you for a long time yet.
Sounds good to me. Thank you, Judy.
Thanks.